Long journey. We are back, but more importantly, Mitch is back. What's up, man?
I am back. Look, the cruise is amazing. I am never going to go on one again. It's not for me. And then I got the flu the day we got back. My family was sick like the day before we got back. And then I've been out of work the whole week. So I'm glad to be back to normal doing the show.
Can I ask what your issue was with the cruise?
It's go, go, go. So we went on one of the new Royal Caribbean boats, one of the big ones. So there's 5,000 people on it. And so everything you do, there's a line no matter what. And so you're like, hey, you have to be here at 7, but you really have to be there at 6:30. And to me, it's not a vacation if it's go, 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 go all the time. Put me on a beach with a margarita in my hand. Let me listen to an audiobook for 7 days. That's my kind of vacation.
I get it. It's not for everybody. My favorite parts of the cruise are casino.
Yes.
Drinks package. And then
I had all that. Yep.
Maybe one excursion, but you went with the kids. Like we have not taken the kids on a cruise. I'm sure
that's an
quite
experience.
the journey. Anyway, let's see here. Fire Sports, what's up? Help me pick one for my flex, Mitch. Dowdle, Garendo, Braylon Allen. And then after we answer this, you had said that you had some questions for me.
Sure, why not? So I will list them in order. I'm not huge on Braylon Allen this week. I know he's going to get a lot of carries. The Dolphins are pretty good at stopping running backs from scoring a lot of points at least. So it goes down to Dowdle and Garendo. And it's which offense do you think is going to perform? I think Dowdle, is going to get maybe more opportunities. But Garendo is just playing for the 49ers. I think there's a strong chance to where his upside is so much higher than the other guys.
I actually like Rico this week.
I see, and I don't hate that at all. But I have an issue with the Cowboys offense. Right?
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, that again, this is one of those games we're hoping it's going to be kind of a barn burner. In tomorrow night, Cincinnati, Dallas. It's again one of those situations where if you're stuck at the super flex spot and you have a Cooper Rush, you're like, okay, this isn't that bad. I lean Dowdle, and then 49ers going against the Bears. Every single week I talk about finding one aspect of a defense to exploit. In this situation, the Bears are more susceptible to running backs and tight ends than they are quarterbacks and wide receivers. So the matchup isn't scaring me away necessarily. I would go in the order it's in: Dowdle, Garendo, Braylon Allen.
Okay. That's fair. All right, now I have a question for you.
Let's say you're quick, and then Mitch, you went Garendo, Dowdle, Braylon Allen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
so
right.
Let's say you're playing in a super flex league that has higher points per interception. So like you lose 4 points or 3 points per interception. Do you dare play Kirk Cousins this week? I know it's the revenge game and he's going back to Minnesota. Dude, I'm starting Carr over him in a lot of spots because, and it's not that I like Carr at all. It's that I'm almost convinced that Cousins going to get benched at some point during this game for Penix.
I don't feel that way. You could tell yourself that story where we've seen Cousins recently. He hasn't been great by any means. Started off the season very slow, started to come into form, especially after developing that rapport with the receivers there. Every week we've talked about Darnell Mooney being a guy for Dynasty, whatever, somebody that we've been looking to acquire. Drake London obviously has had his ups and downs. Kyle Pitts has mostly had his downs, but I don't mind Carr over Cousins, to be honest with you. Okay. I see Cousins though, whether it's -2 for interceptions, +4. +4 for interceptions. Oh my God, Cousins would be like quarterback 1. If it's -4 for interceptions, I would think like quarterback 24 range, 28 range, like somewhere in that bucket. That's where I would be. But I don't hate Carr over Cousins at all.
That's good. The other question I was going to ask you, this wasn't a question. This was just more of a statement. I guarantee you 90% of the show is going to be like, do you like Charbonnet? Do you like Garendo? Do you like Braylon Allen? That's what, and it looks like we have some McCormick in there as well. So that's where we are week 14. It's almost the playoffs. This is what we do.
How did I leave? And I talk about this every week too, but my players of interest that I try to guess. How did I leave Garendo off this list?
No idea. I think he's going to be in every question.
Yeah, but Braylon Allen, Abdullah, Sincere McCormick, and Sincere, what a name.
That's a great name.
A name. Hubbard and Brooks, I think they'll pop up a little bit. Gus and Vidal, Charbonnet, Pacheco, Hunt, that 1-2 punch dynamic. See how that plays out. And then Rico Dowdle is another guy that I was guessing. So right off the bat, 2 guys in that first question. I'm going to say all 3 because Garendo is an oversight. Of course, we're going to get a lot of Garendo questions. Ty says here, and if you haven't checked out the most recent episode of the DD fantasy trades, go over there on YouTube podcast feed with Ty and Gabe. They do a great job every week. But Ty saying, thankfully, all of my tough start sit decisions are irrelevant this week. There are some leagues, like I'm going through them. I still set my lineup, even if like there's one league, there's no games in week 14.
Yeah.
I still set my lineup. I'm like, well, what if there's some type of glitch and like that's wrong? So I'm just gonna get my lineup in there anyway. But I'm going through and setting my lineup in a lot of these leagues, and either I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, should I do this? And then I'm like, okay, I'm either locked into a bye, I'm either locked into a middle seed, it doesn't matter, or I'm out of playoff contention. I still take every start sit decision very, very seriously, Mitch.
This is a tough week because I have a couple teams that are right on the playoff fringe, but I have Drake May on them. I have Lamar Jackson on them to where I don't have a starting quarterback this week. And so I'm getting these trade offers to where I'm going to have to overpay in order to get this quarterback. And I'm not guaranteed that quarterback even helps me. So there are, I'm in, I think 48 or 49 leagues. There's 3 or 4 of them. I am not starting a quarterback that are in playoff contention or getting the second seed or whatever it is, because I'm not willing to overpay for this 1 week because there's no guarantee that quarterback I'm even trading for is going to push me over the top for the win in the first place.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And right now, obviously, we're just under 2 hours before the 1 o'clock games kick off, or 11 o'clock for those of you that are in the wrong time zone. Mitch, I was waiting for reaction. You and
you're good.
Yes, 11 o'clock.
Amazing.
Maybe a little part of me is jealous.
You should be, because I'm in bed by 9 o'clock and the game has like 10 minutes to go. It's amazing.
Like the point of this was 2 hours before kickoff here. I did have a point. And you're trying to figure out ways to maneuver and navigate through maybe you don't even have a start sit decision because you have nobody to put in, like Mitch just talked about. I'm getting trade offers in leagues. There's a multi-copy league, and it's a 2 quarterback league. And I have I think Hurts, Tua, Geno, and somebody else. And I need position players because I'm just ravaged at running back and wide receiver. And I can't make the move because it's a true 2 quarterback league. Super flex, okay, I could get away from it. But a true 2 quarterback league, especially if they're quarterbacks that I believe are going to have value next year, it's going to be a rough week, but I can't get some of the trades done. And that's kind of the contender tax that I always put on you whenever I send you an offer.
Yep.
Do you want to win this week? Do you want to get into the playoffs? Do you want to
you really want to win?
if not, then okay. Good luck.
Yeah.
You'll be packing your bags here just like I am if I'm not in the playoffs. So it's always nice to find that balance, if you will, there. Oh my God, look at this from Brian. A couple weeks ago, you guys helped me out big time and saved my season. Thank you.
That's what we do.
He must have been watching a different show. That couldn't.
No. A couple weeks ago, I was on the show. You did it solo for a week, and can't make any guarantees with that one. But I know when I was on, we did well.
That was before. That was yes. Whenever I was not on. All right, Kev, what's going on, man? Projected to win by 20. Need the winner. I missed the playoffs. PPR Chubb, White, or Cooper. We saw Chubb just have a strong game against the Pittsburgh Steelers in that snow game. I expect things to be a little bit different here in Pittsburgh today. We're hitting like a high of 50 today. So I don't think snow is going to be an issue. Rachaad White going against the Raiders in Las Vegas. They're coming in middle of the pack, really running back points given up. And we don't know week in and week out how much work White is going to get. And Bucky seems to be just like taking over. That first half last week, he was banged up a little bit right before the half. Wasn't sure if he was going to come back in to start the second half. Eventually he explodes for like 150 rushing yards. And then Cooper, like, what Cooper are we going to get? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like right now he's projected for 10 PPR points on multiple sites. So I don't even think the ceiling's really there for Cooper with the way Buffalo runs their offense. I'm going Rachaad White here. I think he provides the highest upside for sure.
Rachaad White?
Yeah.
And then in this situation for Kev, projected to win by 20. Do you maybe go Chubb just because it's going to be a safer floor? But is it really a safer floor?
I don't think it's a safer floor in PPR at all. I think standard, yeah, Chubb has a safer floor. PPR, I think White's floor is the highest and the ceiling's the highest.
All right, let's go Rachaad White, Kev. Diaz, appreciate you, man, for doing the damn thing.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, where are we here? Where are we? Just scrolling through. Let's see. Jeremiah, what's up, man? PPR, Neighbors, D-Hop, Brian Thomas.
Not Neighbors.
I can't trust them this week. I would go Brian Thomas out of these three.
Yeah, I would too. Even going against the Titans, I think his upside's still there. Hopkins is good. Hopkins is that good, safe floor play. I think he's like the little bit better version of what Amari Cooper is, who we just talked about. So I think knowing that this is a huge playoff implication week, that I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr. like you, then D-Hop, and then I'm not touching Neighbors unless I have to.
And every week I talk about a player that we're going to run through start-sit decisions, and there's going to be a guy that might bite us. It might be Neighbors.
It might be, but I'm okay. I'm really okay with that because barely practiced all week. And I mean, he's pretty much a game time position that they're going to allow, it sounds like, to at least get in there and see what happens.
Yeah, just the injury. I mean, it's not like you're going to knock him because Drew Lock's a quarterback when you have Mac Jones at quarterback for Brian Thomas.
Exactly.
And it's like, who do I want to plug in as an option here? The guy that's catching passes from Drew Lock, Mac Jones, or Patrick Mahomes. They're all in the same tier, really.
I mean, really, it's close.
Dan, go Cowboys. What are we cheering for? You should like get that
new ownership, maybe. I don't know.
All right, boy, on what's going on. 2 quarterback super flex. Pick
smash.
2. 5 points per touchdown. Baker, Winston, Purdy. We need 2, Mitch.
I'm going Purdy. I am. Purdy's locked in, and I play Baker every single week. I like Winston. And I know he just came off that like 500-yard passing game. I don't really see that happening again against the Steelers. I think the Steelers are going to be, that defense is going to be just fine going against Winston again. I'm not a huge Winston guy this week, so he'll be on my bench.
I would be interested to see what the interception scoring was here. And I know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's -1, you just throw Winston in over Purdy.
Yeah. So we have Winston going against the Steelers, like we talked about. Steelers giving up the fewest points to quarterbacks. Baker going against the Raiders. I couldn't sit Baker.
He could be going against the Steelers. I would still play Baker. That's how I feel about Baker now in fantasy.
Yeah, I get it. And then Purdy going against the Bears. We talked about. I like it. That's a tough matchup too, but I would go Purdy and Baker.
Same.
All right, from George, what's up? Sit one, Roma Dunze, Nick Westbrook, And the sincere one, Mr. McCormick.
Just how we drafted them in August. I get it. I mean, I put these three in the exact same bucket, 3 months ago. I'm honestly, I think the McCormick thing is kind of cute. I'm not playing McCormick this week unless I don't have anybody else to put in. I am gonna play Nick Westbrook-Ikena over Rome Odunze.
So who are we sitting?
Oh, I'm sitting McCormick.
Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking it was yeah.
That's okay.
But no, McCormick is not seeing my lineups unless it's a must.
You're still getting back in the swing of things. I know.
Little bit. It's the whole reading thing. I try not to, as you know. Like, it's really for the best if I don't read it.
That's okay. So I'm like, the fact that I'm really hesitating here with Rome Odunze, it tells you. Oh man. I will play Nick Westbrook. I'm in agreement there.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about the Raiders going against the Bucks. Alexander Madison out. Is Zamir White out? Doesn't even matter, really.
Nope. Remember Zamir White? That was great. That was fun. Yeah.
Rome Odunze going against the Niners. And I'm going to sit Rome Odunze.
All right.
My order would go Westbrook, McCormick, Odunze. Again, as crazy as it sounds, but it's a nice matchup for McCormick if they can get him going. We saw Abdullah get the touchdown. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago? And then McCormick really stepped in after that. I think it was last week. So that's the way I'll go. Jeremiah, Brian Thomas, or Keenan Allen?
Keenan Allen.
He's been on a roll.
Yeah.
He's just been
like,
he's got his time machine. He's a blast from the past here. It's a little bit of a tougher matchup, like we just talked about with Odunze.
A little bit, but Bosa's out. And when Bosa's out, like, the 49ers just don't have a pass rush. And if you're telling me that Caleb can go do his Caleb thing behind the line without getting rushed from Bosa, I'm pretty high on Caleb this week.
Okay, let's go Keenan Allen. I'm good with that. Dynasty Brew, what's up? Tough one here. Battling these horrible week 14 bye weeks. It's atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
Pick 2. It's a 0.5 PPR. Chubb, Otten, Disley.
This is tough. This is really tough.
I'm going to make the assumption there's no tight end premium here.
Yeah, if there was, I would just go with tight ends. Since there's not a premium and 0.5, I kind of lower Chubb quite a bit there. So I'm actually going to go Otten and Disley. If there was if it was standard, I would go Chubb.
Okay, I was like,
wait a minute. I was playing this back in my mind.
No.
Yeah. But
I'm
standard,
glad you clarified.
Chubb would be in. Tight end premium, I'd be starting the tight ends anyways. Half point just isn't enough for me to start Chubb over one of these guys.
I mean, if we like Baker this week, you would think we have to like Otten to an extent.
Otten has a great matchup. Yeah.
The Raiders bottom 3 against tight ends.
Yep.
I know last week was a little bit underwhelming, but let's go Otten. And then it comes down to Will Disley, who he was on my list of players I thought were going to come up. So I'm going to take a little bit of a victory lap there, which the victory lap means absolutely nothing because if
we talk about him now, we don't have to talk about him later. So it's good.
Let's see here. So we talked about Chubb, Disley. We got the Chiefs. I'm hoping that's a fun game tonight.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I'm hoping it is. But going against the Chiefs, tight end position is the one. Let's bench Chubb.
Agreed.
Let's bench Chubb. And then we're going to stick in that backfield from Joe. 0.5 PPC, 0.5 PPR, Jerome Ford or Isaiah Davis. I am Jerome Ford.
I'm the same. Yeah, I mean, this one's really a toss-up. It really, really is, but I will go Ford.
Josh, what's up? Mitch, Abdullah, or McCormick, if you got to pick one this week?
McCormick, if I have to pick one of them.
I agree there. From Cryptic, Nico on bye. It hurts all of us right in the heart. Goddard on IR. PPR, tight end premium, flex 2, Calcaterra, Jalen Warren, Will Dissly, Parker Washington, Travis Etienne.
So Will Dissly for sure, right?
Yeah,
In
and
premium?
I like Calcaterra this week too.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ETN. I am not an ETN guy, but I think his floor is pretty safe. So I'm going to go Dissly ETN here.
I would go Calc Daddy, the calculator, Calcaterra, calculus.
Oh, that poor guy.
I got to go with Calcaterra, and I got to go. Oh, man. Jaguars, Titans, running
Tougher
game a little
matchup.
bit more susceptible. It's a decent matchup, like not horrendous. Are you believing all the Parker Washington kind of hype and like all those targets he got last week?
No, actually, I picked up a lot of shares of him when Kirk went out, and I'm not playing him in a bunch of leagues. I've sprinkled him in here and there. You know, he's that slot guy you could slide in, you could hope for 10 points. Maybe he gets a touchdown, then all of a sudden, hey, he gets you 15. Or he doesn't, and you get 8 points out of him.
I'm going to double tap tight end here. Calcaterra and Dissly.
That's fair.
Jalen Warren, Najee Harris has been playing extremely well. Jalen Warren obviously still sprinkled in. Got a good amount of work. When was that? 2 weeks ago? Which was, that's the most utilized game there, going against the Browns. No, I'm going to stick with the tight ends. I'm going to stick with my first.
The weird thing with Travis Etienne is we talk about dynasty trade markets a lot on Dynasty Theory, right? Does he even have a market at all? Who wants to buy him? Contenders don't want him. Rebuilders don't want him. So you have to find someone that's like huge on the Jaguars being good in 2025. And he just doesn't have a market. So even if you say, hey, he's worth an early second, the people with the early second probably aren't trading for him. So the value you're going to try to get out of ETN at this point, it's terrible.
Hold on one sec. Not to get derailed here from the start sit discussions here. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Perfect.
We have an ETN for Garendo trade that happened today. ETN for Ben Sinnott and Kamani Vidal. This one's an interesting one.
That one's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Travis Etienne for Braylon Allen in a third.
That's really where he is.
Oh God, this is disgusting. This is a free Nico.
That
Collins.
one's awful.
And not a free Nico Collins, but you get what I'm saying here. Mooney for ETN. Like I would take Mooney.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where we are here. And what was the other view you were playing with when we were?
Oh, it's a different setup.
That's okay. Yeah. Okay. Bouncing around here. Get people a little seasick. All right. So yeah, no, there's no market for Travis Etienne. No, I don't like that.
I don't like it either. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Big Diaz. Breeze frightening manager by Apocalypse. Vidal, Kendre, Ford, Sincere, Homer, and E2. I'll take Ford and Sincere. And I'm not just saying that. I'm being really sincere here.
I knew that was going to happen during the show, and I was hoping we'd make it to the 30-minute mark. It
is such low hanging fruit. It's such, and you could sit there and go with Travis, but I don't want to be a homer about it. I'm on one today.
No response on that one. No.
Everybody just stopped watching, and that's all right. But yeah, I'm going Ford and Sincere. What are you thinking here?
I'm going Sincere and Ford as well.
All right, I got bread. I'll stick to no more puns the rest of the show. Let's see if we can make it. Jameis or Purdy today? Pick 6 is in my league or -6. I love how that's awesome. In all caps because that is critical information when talking about Jameis Winston, I would go Purdy either way.
Purdy, yes.
And we talked about that in the Purdy, Jameis, Baker discussion earlier. All right. NATO, PPR, 0.5 tight end premium, Pacheco or Disley. Disley.
I'm going Disley. That Chargers defense, I try to stay away from again in running games. And hey, just so everyone knows, we're probably 30 questions behind at this point. So if you want yours read and you don't have a lot of time to listen while we get through all these, hit up the super chat. We'll read it the very next question.
From Fire Sports, here's another question. Pick one for my tight end spot and one for my super flex spot. Kittle, Jonnu, Cooper Rush.
So Jonnu's in.
I can't sit Jonnu. I cannot sit him.
What are you doing with Cooper Rush and Kittle, though? Because Kittle, I mean, his upside is 20 points higher than what Cooper Rush's best game is going to be. But the floor is on Cooper Rush's side.
Wait, here's some more information.
Okay.
So 2 points for tight ends.
Oh, I'm going Kittle.
What's the quarterback scoring? Come on, Fire. Hit us with the quarterback scoring.
Kittle and Jonnu.
My God, like that Cooper Rush matchup is just, it's so sexual.
But it's Cooper Rush, though. So is it really?
The matchup is fantastic.
Yes.
And then George Kittle, we already talked about this 49ers-Bears matchup. I'm going to let you talk me into this one. Kittle, Jonnu. I would rather lose with Kittle in my lineup in this situation than looking at the matchup and going based off of that than lose with Kittle on my bench and he erupts for one of those 10-catch, 100-yard, 2-touchdown games.
No.
DeMarcus Robinson or Grant Calcaterra, no tight end premium. DeMarcus Robinson, like, is that thing from last week just being swept under the rug? Or is there no, like the DUI,
it sounded like it.
DUI?
Yeah. So like I was thinking something was going to happen. Nothing. Yeah, I'm going to go Grant Calcaterra here though.
Yeah, even with no tight end premium, even though there's been no league action or anything like that, obviously, let these things play out. But maybe he just doesn't see the field all that much. So let's go Grant. What's up, Mitch? 12 teams, start 11, 0.5 PPR. I have Breece Hall, so I'm looking for a flex replacement. Should I go Braylon Allen or Elijah Moore in my last slot? I would go Braylon Allen here.
I'm not a huge Braylon guy this week. I would go Braylon Allen here.
Yeah, let's go Braylon. Oh, here we go. The starting Cooper Rush as quarterback, Singletary, my super flex. I'm just saying you could do a hell of a lot worse than Cooper Rush.
You can. You could not start anybody, which I am.
Yeah. All right. Must win against the median. PPR, tight end premium 1.5. Adunze or Gesicki. Oh
my God. I'm going to say it. I'm going Mike Gesicki. I'll put it out there in the world.
Going against that vaunted Cowboys defense. Let's go Gesicki.
Because here's my thing. Like, even looking, let's say the Cowboys pass rush is actually back now, and it's looking good. I think that means more for Gesicki than what it would otherwise, because it's going to have to be quick passes out. Yeah.
Let's go Gesicki. Redraft theory from Big Diaz. Locked into the playoffs. Can't get a bye. A lot of bye weeks. Injuries. Do I just eat the zeros and prep for week 15 and hold back up running backs, best available defense, or play players I will be dropping? So I actually went to dinner last night with my...
Where'd you go? Did you go to Applebee's or Olive Garden?
Neither. So it's called the PA Market here in Pittsburgh. Coincidentally, I was there. There's a bunch of stairs you go up. Let's get to after the meal first.
I'm wondering where this is going, to be honest.
I slipped and missed a few stairs, twisted my ankle a little bit. Luckily, there were people coming up the stairs. I was able to catch one of the guys, and I did not fall down. And that was with half a glass of wine in me. So it wasn't even like that was the issue. But anyway, the point of bringing up the restaurant in general is my wife's cousin's boyfriend has a situation where he has a ton of buys in a redraft league. And he's like, JB, do I drop guys that I wouldn't drop just to field a lineup? And I said, that's not your responsibility.
Nope.
That it's not like you're benching players that are active to take the zeros. So I'm saying stick with what you have. If it doesn't impact what you're doing, you're playing your best possible lineup. Some people might disagree with that, but that's what I'm doing. That's why I brought up going to the restaurant last night.
That's good. And tripping up the stairs.
Down the stairs. Down the stairs.
Oh,
it could have been, there were guys coming up the stairs, and like the one dude's face was like,
oh,
like I almost took out some civilians. All right. All right. So this is from a very likable person. Pick 2 for flex: Brian Thomas, DK Metcalf, Jordan Addison. Oh man, we got Vikings, Falcons. That's the revenge game. Jordan Addison, he's been good. He's been pretty good. DK Metcalf going against the Cards. The middle of the pack against receivers. Brian, in this situation, I'm going to go Addison and DK.
That's exactly who I'm picking as well.
I'm going to go Addison and DK there. Okay. From Chris, pick 2: Brian Thomas, JSN, Waddle, and Wilson. I'm not benching JSN. I'm done in any situation saying to bench JSN.
I agree. It's not just say no. It's just say yes. So JSN is in. What Wilson? Oh, Michael Wilson. I'm like, Russ, Cedric.
Whoa. I'm reading it as Garrett Wilson.
Oh, okay.
I'm interpreting that as Garrett Wilson.
If it's Garrett, then I'm going Garrett and JSN. If it's anybody else, any of the other 50 Wilsons that play in the National Football League, I'm going JSN and Brian Thomas Jr. because I'm not playing Waddle. I can guarantee you by next year, I don't care what happens, I will have 0 Waddle on every fantasy team that I have. Just not worth it.
It's been frustrating. You put him in your lineup, he's a dud. You stop playing him, he pops off that one random game. You think, okay, now he's going to turn it around. Dud.
It's Garrett.
There we go. Okay, yeah, that's those players. I was like, I think this is Garrett Wilson. All right. We appreciate that, Chris. Thank you. All right, Matt, what's up? Wait. Projected to win by 10 points. Win and get in. Neighbors or Tracy? Tracy.
Yeah, you bench Neighbors.
I think Tracy offers you enough upside. He offers you a safer floor. Neighbors, he's going to give it a go. We'll see what happens. I can't trust him.
The one guy that's really tough for me this week is I have a lot of Vlad McConkey that I'm leaving in with that AC joint issue. And he's a game time decision that he's kind of leaning towards playing than not playing. But he has been so good the last 3 to 4 weeks that I'm kind of refusing to take him out of the lineup until I have to. Like, I will find a Cowboy or a Bengal or a Chief that I could just kind of slip in my lineup if I need to.
Yeah. All right. Just realized it's 11:34. Checking.
Oh,
whoa! George Pickens is out.
Did he get benched because he can't keep his mouth shut?
Dude, like, he has been playing so well.
He's amazing. He's awesome.
Shut the hell up, dude. Shut up.
Yeah, and because like Mike Tomlin allows a lot of things to go on, as we know from previous wide receivers that we never hear anything about. If Mike Tomlin is telling you to grow up and you're like, I'm not doing anything wrong, does it say why he's inactive?
Hamstring.
It
has. Tomlin had expressed optimism that he would go, but now officially out with a hamstring. Like, I didn't think it was anything related to him not being able, like he's been a stud.
I know he's been amazing. It's just one of those like, is Tomlin just finally going, you know what? I can't deal with this anymore. But
no, because like that
it's not good that it's an injury, but it's good that it's an injury. You know what I mean?
better than
Yes.
So we got Pickens inactive, Alexander Madison inactive,
Mhm.
Mostert inactive, Bucky Irving is good. Sauce Gardner inactive, Alan Lazard good to go, and then Malik Neighbors good to go.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. So let's go Tracy over Neighbors.
Is there anyone on the Steelers that makes you? Because here's kind of what I was running through on all these decisions this morning.
Fryermuth.
Yeah. So like Kincaid, I saw was out overnight, right? So it's not only taking Kincaid out of my lineups, am I okay putting Knox in my lineups now? Does this make it so I'm more, I don't know if that means anything for a Mac Hollins kind of guy. So it's running through all those things. So with him being out, is there a wide receiver is it Calvin Austin?
Yeah, I would prioritize Calvin Austin. I would like Van Jefferson. But that's the thing with how gross things are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Van Jefferson might hit a few lineups, but he's somebody that you could get. Sorry, I'm reading some of the comments that you could probably scoop off of waivers, free agents. Like,
oh, I'm sure he's on there. That's what I'm saying. Is like there's some leagues to where I'm playing players that are projected for 5 points this week. So now can I go grab that Calvin Austin and throw him in, or Van Jefferson, whoever it is? I might look at that when we're done.
This might be the Mike Williams game.
I mean, really? Yeah, he might be a starter now.
There are worse options at the wide receiver position at this point in time. Maybe it becomes Mike Williams, but I would go my priority list like Fryermuth. Just I think this gives him such a great opportunity. He's been getting a decent amount of targets for the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Going against a bottom 10 defense against tight ends. So I would say Fryermuth gets a bump, and then I would go Calvin Austin because he could always pop off a big play. Mike Williams, and then last would be Van Jefferson.
Does it take you off Russ at all?
No, the dude's cooking, man. The dude's cooking. I follow blindly.
For me, it does make me hesitate on Russ plays a little bit, but there's a lot of situations to where I don't have a choice. So
yeah, I mean, where do you draw that line for him at this point?
Well, let's say I would have started Russ over a Carr or a Cousins.
I still would.
I don't know if I would.
I still would. Yeah. I would go.
Well, I know you will, but you'll start Russ over like Mahomes. It's been fair for 3 weeks.
Let's see. I would play Russ over Jameis. Like I would say Russ like high end to middle quarterback 2. Is that fair?
For you, yes. For me, no. I'm not.
But also, there's only 26 teams. There's only 26 teams playing this week.
He's at least probably a top 24 quarterback this week. I feel safe saying that.
I still wouldn't be surprised to see him outperform Brock Purdy,
right?
Geno Smith, Matthew Stafford. So I think that's the category, the area that we're talking about here.
Okay.
Who are we missing something here? White is indeed out. I don't know.
I think that was an answer to the question when we talk about Rachaad White. Maybe. That's all I got.
Cliff. Come on, Cliff. All right, Nico. Swift or Sterling Shepard? I would go Swift.
Yeah, Swift's playing this week.
I am forced to start Sterling Shepard in a few leagues. I picked him up off of free agent list. I think at like 8 a.m. this morning in one league when I was setting my lineups. So again, might not have any other options, but I would go Swift over Shepard. Chris says one bear is going off this week. I hope it's DJ Moore, but it's probably Allen.
Yeah, I think it's going to be DJ Moore too, but Allen will be fine.
Oh God, like Cooper Rush or Jameis Winston. Like Jameis is just in that situation. Like you have the gunslinger
Yep.
against a tough matchup where the weather is not going to be an element like it was 2 weeks ago. And then you have Cooper Rush, who just has such a sweet matchup. He has Jake Ferguson back. Like Cooper hasn't been terrible.
I really comes down. So I think 85% of fantasy leagues don't heavily penalize interceptions.
Yeah, I agree with
and
that.
if that's the case, I'm playing Jameis Winston. If you are in a league that even gets you like a -3 for interceptions, I'm going Cooper Rush in that scenario.
I think I'm going Rush regardless.
Okay. You are huge Cooper Rush and Russell Wilson. I like it.
Yeah.
I am not writing that down right now so I can look back and see later today. I would never do something like that.
No, you're sick.
But yeah, I'm good now. I'm good.
Oh man, ice cold. Like these are so
not Lockett.
Lockett, McLeod, Elijah Moore, Roma Dunze. It would not surprise me to see Ray McLeod as the number one out of these four. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
I could see it. Yeah, I'm going Elijah and a Dunze and then Cloud. I'm pretty much going him in the order almost that they're listed, except for I would probably play more over a Dunze.
Like,
we only get to choose one. I'm so used to being able to choose two out of this scenario.
I know.
I'm going Elijah Moore.
I'm gonna go Ray McLeod.
Good for you. I love how this last 5 minutes has played out.
It's so gross. Ray, let's see. Just going in reverse order here. 4 for 95, 6 receptions, touchdown 4 games ago. He's actually got the slot cornerback Byron Murphy there. 18% targets per route run when he's in coverage. I think Ray gets 6-7 targets today. I'm going Ray.
All right. Good for you.
I would go Ray, Elijah Moore, Roma Dunze, Tyler Lockett. So Dunze, he's that guy that we are just absolutely shitting on today.
Even if we're him second,
but even if we're not like really knocking a Dunze, by picking some of these other guys, you're knocking a Dunze. So that means 8 catches, 120 yards, maybe 3 touchdowns for Rome. I don't know. But if I have options, and as gross as these options might be, I could not go Roma Dunze. All right, Matt. Projected win by 8 points, full PPR. Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Tracy. I would go Tracy.
Yep, same.
Kev, I'm trading for ETN specifically. This goes back to the ETN conversation because he doesn't have a market, been cheap, got one for Godwin, and I have a few more offers out in the late second range, hoping to snag another 1 or 2. I am shocked that our man Kev is like ETN has been in the league enough years now. He's in that range.
He's a solid vet.
That Kev is looking to acquire at a discount right up your alley, man. I would expect nothing less from our guy, Kev. Todd, Keenan Allen or elite Neighbors, considering that Neighbors is playing but looks to be in a limited capacity. I would go Keenan.
Same.
I would go Keenan. All right, Brian, Debo or Braylon Allen? Braylon Allen.
I don't know.
How
much rushing work does Debo get, though?
I can't.
Let's say Garindo gets 70% and Debo gets 30%.
I don't think he doesn't get that much.
I'm going Debo.
Well, absolutely no help here, Brian. Sorry, guy.
This is a really tough matchup for Braylon. I know he has the touchdown upside and everything. I always worry when these backup running backs all of a sudden become the starter. We're like, hey, he looks great on his 5 carries a game. And it's like, wait for him to get 15. I'm going Debo.
But Braylon hasn't even been efficient.
No, he hasn't been good. Yeah.
So this is a volume play for me. Debo is not. I don't want Debo anywhere near my lineups if at all possible.
Ooh.
And I have a decent amount of Debo. Like
Mhm.
I like Debo, but I can't get on board. Matt, need to start one wide receiver in a flex, full point PPR. Devontae Adams, DK, Tracy, and Zach Charbonnet. So we finally have a Charbonnet question.
Yep.
Matchup is okay going against the Cardinals. They're 16th against running back, so middle of the pack. I'm going to go DK and Tracy.
I'm going completely different than you. I'm going Charbonnet because I know when Charbonnet is in, he's going to get 90% of the running back touches. Like
Tracy's going against a bottom 5 defense this week in the New Orleans Saints against the rush.
With Drew Lock as his quarterback. I don't have
I don't care
huge amount of faith in them scoring more than, oh, look, their implied total is 18 points. I mean,
okay.
That's great. Yeah. I mean, he could get some points out of there. And then Devontae Adams, I was looking it up a little bit previously, but he's top 5 in the last 5 weeks as far as like target share and yards and everything. So like he's doing the Devontae Adams Rodgers thing, and I'm going to trust that this week.
I don't care if you're quarterback for the New York Football Giants.
I don't know why you and Dan do this all the time. We aren't going to be quarterbacks or running backs or wide receivers, and no one should be compared to us.
We saw Dan at quarterback already.
We did for at least 3 plays.
Yeah,
because interceptions happen.
Richard, appreciate
you. Thank you, man.
Season on the line, lost CMC, Mason, Kenneth Walker. I got to start 2.
I have teams just like this.
Do we start Ray Davis, Sincere McCormick, Isaiah Davis, Travis Homer? Oh, man. So projected to lose by 25. I would go.
McCormick's in.
Yeah,
his upside's higher than everybody else's.
I want to spend some time here talking about.
Yeah. So McCormick's in. The problem with Ray Davis is he does have that huge boom upside, but I mean we don't even like playing Cook because Josh Allen can steal all the touchdowns, right? And then we're talking about the second running back in that scenario. So needing a lot of points, Ray Davis isn't going to be there for me. How do you feel about Isaiah Davis and Travis Homer?
I would prioritize Davis over Homer. Isaiah Davis over Homer. We got 2 Davises. 2 Davi. Bills going against the Rams. You know what? I'm going to go Ray and Sincere.
Sincere's in. No, I'm going to go Isaiah Davis.
All right. So Travis Homer, Sincere's in.
Yeah, he's
and then
out.
Richard, make that gut call here. Ray or Isaiah. Could you just play both Davises and just say they're one Davis? Can we do that?
I mean, really, then you might get 10 total PPR points out of it.
There you go.
It's just, if you were telling me that you were projected to lose by 10, I would like Ray Davis a lot more. It's just you're hoping. I mean, it's the same for Isaiah Davis, right? But maybe something happens. Like, if something happens to Cook and something happens to Braylon Allen, I still have to worry about Josh Allen running in touchdowns late in the game. I don't have to worry about that with Rodgers. So that's why I just kind of lean that direction.
And you have to like make the assumption that Dolphins, well, maybe not make the assumption, but the Dolphins get a lead here.
Yes.
Jets playing from behind. Isaiah Davis probably maybe a little bit more involved in the passing game.
That's my thought.
Gives you a little bit more upside. Okay. Let's go Sincere and Isaiah.
Yep.
We have a united front here. All right, catching up. Here we go. Did we do this one yet?
No, I don't think we've done that one. Oh yeah, there we are.
We answered this one.
We did that one. Yes.
Wait, hold on. We're going back. We're going back. Here we go.
Okay.
Garrett Wilson or Calvin Ridley. I think the Waddle, JSN, Brian Thomas, Garrett Wilson was a duplicate question.
Yes, sir.
Chris was getting a little angry. We weren't answering that question. Got to get that double tap in. All right, Anthony. Garrett Wilson or Calvin Ridley in full PPR. I want Calvin Ridley. Today's the day. Titans, really nice matchup. Revenge game narrative going against the Jaguars.
Oh, I fully believe in Calvin Ridley just playing pissed off this week. I'll go Calvin Ridley.
Yeah. All right, so we got that. Hayden got a few. Rico, Chuba, Garendo, or Johnny Smith at flex, non-tight end premium.
Mm-hmm.
It still might be Jonnu for me. I would go Rico.
See, I'm going Garendo, Rico, Jonnu, then Chuba.
Chuba's my last one. It's crazy how things switched for him so quickly. And again, it was kind of expected, but now they're going against the Eagles defense.
Exactly.
Top 3 against the rush when you look at it for fantasy points against running backs. So I would Rico. Garendo is the one that you and I are just not on the same wavelength.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. And I see, I'm not super high on him either. The one thing with Chuba is in games to where it's supposed to be close, he does really well. Any game that they lose, he does. It's a lot of running backs. It's what happens, right? But now Chuba's losing a little bit of work. And so it's one of those things to where I don't think Chuba is in the discussion at all.
All right. So Rico, Jonnu, Garendo, Chuba is my order. And you're going Garendo, Rico, Jonnu,
Yes.
Chuba?
Yep.
All right. And then Herbert or Mahomes?
I'm playing Herbert, man.
Yeah, I'm good with Herbert there.
I don't think it's a hot take to say that, like, right now he looks really good too.
I mean, looks fantastic.
That offense, this is one thing that we kind of have an issue with in fantasies. We all kind of jump on that team. We all buy into the narrative. They're just going to run 400 times a game and never pass it. Now, all of a sudden, like, Herbert's around a very good coaching staff with a pretty good offensive line, with a good running game. All of a sudden now he's quarterback 7 or 8 in Dynasty again. Everyone's like, well, see, he always had the talent. Well, yeah, why didn't you buy into that talent back in August?
Spicy. Let's go Herbert. And then Marv or Ridley PPR. I would go Ridley.
Ridley, same.
All right, Ryan, start 2 this week. PPR, McCormick, Dowdle, Tracy. I would go Dowdle and Tracy.
Same.
From Matt, Addison or Ladd. We got the Laddison going here. I thought that was funny. Okay.
No, I was reading the second part because if having Gus available does change things for me, because it was an instant Addison for me. I don't hate Gus. I really don't.
Oh, I do against the Chiefs.
I don't. I just think he's going to get work. But I'm saying if Ladd's out, that's not a bad backup, right?
It's
not like you're putting in. I was going to say Emmitt Smith because that's how old Ezekiel Elliott is. But that's the name that came to my head. But that's, that alternative would be a little bit worse than Gus, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think Emmitt could still go.
At least as well as Ezekiel Elliott can.
I'm going to go Addison. I like Addison today.
I'm going Ladd. Just because I have the backup in Gus.
I get it, and I like being able to hedge there because of the injury concern, but Addison's been playing well. I'm going to stick with him. Dynasty Brew, Stafford or Rush? Rush.
The Rams really don't have a terrible matchup. Like, the Bills don't have a great defense. They're fine, but it's not one that I'm looking to avoid. The Bills are going to put up points. You tell me Stafford gets to throw a lot. I'm going Stafford.
I disagree. Cooper Rush.
I know. It's fine.
All right, Calvin Austin or Amari Cooper. I would still lean Amari here.
I'm going Amari. Yep.
16-team PPR, pick 2, Pearsall, Naylor, Michael Woods. Thoughts on Michael Wood's profile opportunity with Tillman out? It's just a tough matchup. You still have Judy, you still have Njoku, you still have Elijah Moore. You have to believe that Chubb and Ford are going to be utilized here. I would go Pearsall and Naylor, but
Yeah, you summed that up well. Yeah, I'm not. Michael Woods isn't touching my lineups
by default. Judy
Hey,
or
do you remember the
Hare-
last show I was on? I was told that Cedric Tillman was like a top 5 fantasy wide receiver for the rest of the season. That was great. That worked out well. Sorry, that's all.
Dude.
I remember these things like I'm on the cruise and I'm like watching stuff. I'm like, yeah, look, Cedric Tillman's still not a thing. How about that?
He's injured.
Hmm.
Get out of here. Judy or Harrison?
Judy.
He's like a top 10 wide receiver over the last whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, he's number over. I think I looked over the last 5 weeks. He's leading the league in receiving yards.
All right. So we got Cardinals against the Seahawks here going to that Marvin Harrison matchup or Neighbors. We've talked about Neighbors a few times.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts here?
Neighbors, he's not touching my lineup. I mean, give me 1 minute. Let me go here, go to wide receivers. Let me tell you how low I would be on Neighbors as far as starting someone over him.
Yeah, that's good. I would go Harrison.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm looking at Tyler Boyd.
No.
I'm talking over Neighbors because I don't know if Neighbors is going to play the whole game.
I would still give me one possession with Neighbors.
Oh, stop it.
Over Tyler Boyd?
He's going to get you 7 points. He's getting you 7 to 8 points. Are you positive Neighbors is going to play the full half? If you are, then yeah, then you should be saying Neighbors in a lot more of these scenarios.
Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, he's going to get you 8 points.
That's fine, but like, no, come on.
8 points.
I would still go Neighbors. Even if I knew Tyler Boyd is locked in for 8 points. Come on.
I'm not, dude. I have really bad feelings about Neighbors this week. I really do. Listen, and honestly, I won't be the guy where if he comes out and plays you serious, be like, haha, I told you, because I don't know. This is just what my gut is telling me about how much he's going to play this week. I'm not going to be like, hey, I told you so. Neighbors only played a quarter, right? I'm just not feeling him today.
I would still.
But this is Marvin Harrison Jr., like, not even.
I know. But I'm still like Neighbors as a wide receiver 36 threshold. Like, I'm much higher.
Okay. So
just the ceiling's there.
Neighbors or Amari Cooper?
Amari.
Neighbors or Xavier Worthy?
Neighbors.
Neighbors or Xavier Legette?
Neighbors.
Okay, I'm just saying all these guys besides Neighbors are projected within 0.5 PPR points of each other. But you hesitated all those, but I bring up Tyler Boyd, who is right there next to these guys. You're like, hold on. That is blasphemy.
Just because there is no ceiling. There's no ceiling at all. You at least get that with the likes of Amari Cooper, Xavier Worthy, Legette. Like Tyler Boyd, you're like, I might have to put like a bet on Tyler Boyd getting 2 touchdowns today or something.
I hope he does now. Yeah. I think we all know how this game is going to turn out.
He might just absolutely. Jalen Wright, question mark?
No. Just because I know Moster's out, so he's going to get playtime, but. Yeah, I'm not going back to Canton. I'll just put that out there. You'll probably never see me step foot in Canton, Ohio again. Just probably not going to happen.
I'll pick you up at the Cleveland airport. Don't worry. All right. I need to pick up a bye week quarterback. Who should I drop out of Swift? Tracy and Harris. My other running backs are Connor. Okay. So this is a redraft question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you drop Swift? If you're dead set on dropping a running back, like, do you need to win? Is it going to change anything? Otherwise, just take the 0 quarterback. We just talked about this kind of.
I mean, if you have to, Swift would be my drop. But
yeah,
like I said, I'll almost willing to take 0 because here's the thing. In a lot of leagues to where I'm taking that 0 at quarterback, the other teams have 0s at other positions too. So I just don't think there's that much there.
And then do you pick up Tua, Levis, or Herbert?
Okay, you drop Swift and you pick up Herbert or Tua. I mean, take your pick there, but this is obviously a redraft question to where there's a lot of people on waivers. Keeping Swift, you don't need to do that in this kind of league if a Herbert or a Tua is on the bench or on the waivers. Sorry.
I think Levis outscores both of them this week.
Will Levis is going to outscore Tua and Herbert. I am going to we can't gamble here in Utah, but if we could, I think we would have to have a wager on that sort of thing. I've never been more certain about something in my life.
Just the way you phrase that. I've never been more certain about something. Well, so let's say Swift for Herbert if you want. That's fine. JT, what's up, man? Start 2 out of these guys, Neighbors, Mooney, Adunze. I mean, we know Mitch is going to say Mooney and Adunze. I'll go.
Well,
Mooney
Mooney's banged up too, right? Correct me if I'm wrong there. I thought he was kind of iffy. I know he's going to play, but he was a little iffy to play, right?
I believe. And then
Adunze, so
he just has been trash.
It's not his fault. It's his quarterbacks.
I mean, Keenan Allen he's been great.
He has.
Rome Odunze hasn't scored a touchdown since week 3.
So it means he's due. That's what I hear about. There's variants and stuff in fantasy. So that means if this hasn't happened, it has to. Like that's how fantasy football works. Yeah. We know this over a 16-week season.
Please do. 17 now. Come on, get with it. It's not, well, technically 18, but 17 games. It's not 2021 anymore, Mitch. Come on.
My bad.
Who are you going with here?
Starting 2, Mooney is going to be on my bench.
Okay.
You?
I would bench Adunze.
Okay.
All right, James, full PPR need 2. D-Hop, Pacheco, Bucky. I would sit Pacheco.
Same.
And then JT again. Neighbors officially active. Got that. Boy, oh boy. Cliff, do you see the shit I have to deal with? do you see that?
Hey, there we go. Dan is with me. Dan is going to play Boyd in one of his DFS contents, one of his like 50 different lineups that he has. That's going to be the winning lineup.
The overall premise and your thought on Malik Neighbors, I don't disagree with one bit.
It's just the Tyler Boyd aspect of it.
Like, yeah, he's going to get like 3 for 30.
And I love 4 for 40.
All right. I love Tyler Boyd. I wanted the Steelers to bring him in. And they didn't because, we just have so many really great options. And what can we just talk about still? Like, what has happened to Hunter Renfrow? Did he just disappear?
Hey, remember when I called him dust like 6 weeks before, like no team would sign him, and you and Dan like wanted to kill me for it?
Dude, you've been calling him dust for like 3 years now. That's my issue.
How long has he been out of the league?
Just 1 year. 1.
Was he on a team last year?
Yeah.
Did he play last? He might have been on the Raiders, but did he play last year?
No, yeah, he played. He was on the roster for 17 games. I really thought he'd be somewhere. But it's like in the Avengers, like he's with the snap. He's one of those folks that just disappeared. All right, so we got I can't talk about Boyd anymore. What's going on here? All right, Paulie. Flex Kittle or Shakir? I would go Kittle.
I'm going Shakir because Kincaid's out. And so Shakir gets so many of those slot targets, man. I think it's a good spot.
Koogski. Neighbors or Nick Westbrook?
I'm waiting for you on this one. You yelled at me last time on a Neighbors question. Now it's all on you.
Like, you have to think these touchdowns, they disappear eventually.
Sorry, I got to show this.
John's become the Dynasty. What are we talking about?
See? Thank you, JT. Thank you.
What take?
John always puts this on us. Maybe it's him. Just putting that out there.
Wait, it's bad though when I have to say what take. So maybe there's some
Which
truth to
one?
that. Which one did you just absolutely hate? All right. Neighbors or Nick Westbrook? I'm gonna go Nick Westbrook. I'll go Nick Westbrook.
I mean, if you say Will Levis is going to outscore Tua and Herbert, I agree. It's Nick Westbrook. Yeah.
Oh man. Ricky P or Sincere 0.5 PPR. Sincere.
Yep.
Sit one. Leggett, Braylon, Sharp, Mike Williams, Mooney.
I already have mine picked. You?
You're gonna pick Mooney.
I'm Mike Williams. Williams can play and Mooney cannot play. I think there's a stronger chance that Mooney outscores Mike Williams.
I still think this could be a splash game for Mike Williams, but
I'm
okay sitting Mike Williams there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not Leggett. He's been getting nice opportunities. They're going against Philadelphia, so tougher matchup. Braylon Allen and Sharp. This is why you have them on your roster, getting the opportunity. I would go Mike Williams. I'll sit him as well. Dowdle or Neighbors? Dowdle is my ride or die this week.
Did it? Yeah, I played Dowdle over Neighbors. Yep.
All right, Nathan Foote, half PPR, Calvin Austin or Elijah Moore?
Team is desperate. I'm playing Elijah Moore.
I'll go Elijah Moore here as well. All right, from Greg, 0.5 PPR, start one, Debo, D-Hop or Keenan? Keenan.
Agreed.
The Levis. I didn't think that was a crazy take at all for this week. Just for this week. All right, you wrote it down, Mitch, right? Like, remind me of this, please.
Yeah, I'm not writing Will Levis's name down anywhere, to be honest with you.
I don't think that is crazy by any means.
So something kind of funny. I'm on Fantasy Points looking at the projections right now. Will Levis is projected for 0.3 points less than Justin Herbert.
It's close. It's close.
No. Sorry, it's terrible. You were telling me how bad Tyler Boyd was.
It's close. All right, Garrett, 0.5 PPR. Who are we taking out of Lamb, AJ Brown, and Alvin Kamara?
You're going to kill me for this one, but it's...
Hold on. So who are we taking out? Or like...
Oh, okay.
Like that.
I'm thinking we start two here.
This could go either way. Like, are we taking... Okay, pick one.
Oh, we are picking one.
The great debate...
Wait, are we picking one to play or are we picking one to sit?
I'm thinking we pick one to play.
Oh, I was thinking we pick one to sit.
You're such a jag.
No, I'm being serious. Who are we taking? Oh, to play. Okay. So see, I was wrong. Sorry, Garrett. My bad. See, I'm thinking taking out of the lineup. See, to me.
So we have Alvin Kamara. I did not think we were going to get any Lamb, AJ Brown, Kamara start sit questions today. But here we are.
Kamara.
Yeah,
this is a hell of a position to be in, and good for you for being in this position. I am playing Alvin Kamara.
It's just the floor is too safe.
Yep.
It's 0.5 PPR. Kamara, I can't sit Kamara.
Yeah, I mean, if this was DFS and let's say these three guys had the exact same salary, I'm putting Kamara in all of my lineups over Lamb and AJ Brown.
Okay. No PPR. Nick Westbrook, Braylon Allen, Rome Odunze. I would take Braylon Allen. No PPR.
Agreed. Yes, sir.
All right. Garrett says, "What if you take one out?"
I'm benching one. I'm benching Lamb. To be honest.
Yeah, I would go Kamara, AJ Brown.
Oh, see, I thought you would have gone CD Lamb over just because of Cooper Rush and how much you love Cooper Rush.
Maybe I think Jake Ferguson's going to get 300 yards.
Maybe he could. He could break the all-time game record for tight ends.
Wait, really quick. Do you like how the longer the season goes and the Steelers are still in contention, I keep adding different Steeler things to my background?
Oh, you act like I haven't noticed. I was going to wait until Tuesday's show to bring this up because a year ago you're like, yeah, I kind of like the Steelers, but not really. You know, everyone just kind of buys me this stuff, and now they're doing good and they're looking good. Because I mean, they made the playoffs last year, right? But they didn't look good. Now they're looking good. Now you're like, that Pitt helmet's going to get moved down. We're going to see a signed Russ Wilson helmet up there at least in the next 2 weeks. I'm shocked you don't have one already, and you're not wearing a Russ jersey that is signed.
Well, no. And then next week, I'm going to have a jersey on. The week after, I'm going to have some eye black with the jersey. The week after, I'm going to have shoulder pads. And then I'm just going to be wearing a fucking helmet here. Oh, sorry.
And then
freaking helmet.
And then for the Super Bowl show, you know, I'll have my Lions jersey on. You'll have the Steelers jersey. It'll be great.
Dan will be crying in the corner.
Dan will be taking that week off.
Big D has recent inactives. We said, what did we say?
Give me 1 minute.
So,
I'm pulling it up.
Pickens out. Bucky, Neighbors, Jacoby, Kendre Miller in. Pickens, Madison, Breece Hall, Mostert, Tillman out.
Yep.
So I'm going to have to fix
So not a lot of
here.
Pickens is the only, oh, hey, that happened.
Yeah.
All the rest we pretty much knew about.
I don't have many shares across my Dynasty leagues, but I'll have to take a look just to see. Koogski, need 2 in redraft, full PPR. Ford, Hunt, Sincere, Isaiah Davis.
Ford and Sincere.
I'm good with that. When is the Tyreek Hill blow up coming? Today?
This week. It's going to happen today. He will break 100 yards for the first time since he was arrested, pretty much.
Hold on. Because I got to pull up a league. I have Tyreek on my bench right now. Hold on. I know, very Stephen A of me. I'm going to start rolling in like when the Cowboys lose. I'm going to have a cowboy hat on doing the Stephen A laugh. Tyreek, what league do I have him benched? Let me tell you my other options before.
I'm not saying a word.
We get carried away.
I'm sure one of them's Tyler Boyd.
Hold on. It's on my fantasy league. I'm going through all the leagues, and you see the SSS.
Still scrolling. Takes a little while.
Here we go. Okay, I found the league. Who would you bench here? So I have Barkley, James Conner, Jacobs, Bijan, Jamar Chase. Ooh, I actually have Jacoby in over him. Let's swap that.
There's still a strong chance Jacoby outscores him. I really don't want to bench Tyreek this week.
All right, let's. That was maybe a little hasty of me. So let's go Chase, Tyreek, Calvin Ridley. Then I got Evan Ingram. Okay.
And let me tell you how certain I am in this Tyreek take. I am playing T. Higgins over Tyreek.
I would go T. Higgins.
Yeah. Like, as much as I love Tyreek Hill this week, I'm playing T. Higgins over Tyreek.
Yeah, we've talked recently about that. Like the season-long Jets defense numbers look better than they currently are.
And that happens so much. That's the one thing is I look at a lot of Twitter. I read a lot of articles about what people are saying. And you can flat out see the people that are just using the stats and be like, hey, this defense is bottom 5 or whatever. And you could tell they're really not watching the games because you're like the last 5 weeks, this defense has either been really good or really bad. And things change throughout the season. You can't just use, hey, the last 13 weeks at this point, this defense has been bad against wide receivers. And all of a sudden they lose 2 quarterbacks. They're like, no, this defense is the exact same as it was 2 weeks ago.
Well, forget about even just watching the games. Like, it's why when we go over the Trinity tool on our weekly show, especially, I always try to look at over the last month.
Yes.
5 weeks. Like, what trends are we seeing? And whether it's the Trinity tool, whether it's the War Machine, whether it's defensive rankings, like if you just look on paper, the Jets are the toughest matchup season long against wide receivers for fantasy purposes. But that shift is really, like, it was a strong start to the season and it's dwindled down.
Mhm.
But choosing between Tyreek and T. Higgins, I would go T. Higgins. But yeah, let's get Tyreek in there over Jacoby Myers. All right, stretch. Start 1.5 PPR. Spears, Ray Davis, Tyler Algier.
Ray Davis.
I would go Ray Davis too. Yeah.
Speaking of the last 5 weeks on the Trinity Score Report, who is the number 1 wide receiver, John Bauer? You have probably 30% rushship of him. And nobody.
Oh my God.
But us. Me and you.
Courtland Sutton.
That's right.
And he's on a bye this week.
I know.
He's on a bye this week.
I have so much Bo Nix, and I mean, I'm just not starting anybody.
It's like, it's so frustrating when you have a situation like this with Courtland Sutton, because like the dude just couldn't stay healthy. The dude had quarterback.
Sorry.
T. Higgins. I know.
No, he's a guy that I talked about 5 weeks ago.
Oh,
to go. Juwan Jennings is who I'm talking. I'm not going to make you name a whole bunch, but Juwan Jennings, top 5 training report.
Where's Ladd over the last 5 weeks?
Ladd's going to be super close there. He's 9th.
And then who?
Jerry Judy's 5th. Pretty much top 10: Sutton, Evans, Brown, Collins, Jennings, Judy, St. Brown, McBride, Neighbors, McConkey, Higgins.
McBride being in there, just
dude, such a
top tier wide receiver usage. I saw one of the DD guys on the different bets and things. There's so much flying around. They were talking about Trey McBride, as I was scrolling at Trey McBride. I'll get the name right. Ladder.
We're 80 minutes in at this point. It's okay.
Today. Trey McBride ladder. There we go. Today. Waddle goes off against the Jets. Chris is there.
Sure.
Chris is trying to speak it into existence.
Sure.
I mean, I'm starting Waddle in several leagues.
This is a good question.
I hope you're right. Tyreek, Garendo, Dowdle need 2. Mitch is going to go Tyreek and Garendo, and I'm going to go Tyreek and Dowdle.
I'm going Garendo and Dowdle.
Well, hold on. You just got done saying.
I know. This is Tyreek's boom week, but I'm willing to be wrong on that and taking the Garendo and Dowdle have a very solid floor week.
Here, live footage of Mitch doing the back.
No, here's the thing. What's Tyreek boom week? He gets 4 for 110 and hopefully a touchdown, right? It's 15 points. Garendo and Dowdle can get that with a rushing touchdown and 80 yards.
I'm going to sit Garendo here. So what we've learned today, Mitch is probably a little overzealous on Garendo, and I am the appropriate amount of hype for Dowdle and Cooper Rush.
That's it.
The appropriate amount. Dan, I might be a bigger Dallas Cowboy fan than you this week. All right.
It's going to work out so well.
It's going to be miserable. Sean, I have Ladd. If he doesn't play, I can swap D-Hop, or I could just start Adams and not worry about it. Thoughts? So, Mitch, you've talked about Adams being a guy that you kind of like this week, but you love Ladd McConkey just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go with that late game swap, having that luxury, that flexibility with D-Hop, or do you just want to go a little bit safer and go Adams?
I think Adams is an extremely strong play this week. I would probably play Adams over Ladd normally, to be honest. Okay. But with that little AC joint issue, I'll just go Adams and not worry about anything.
All right. From AD here, pick 2, PPR, 0.5 tight end premium, Brian Thomas, Evan Engram, Shakir, Najee Harris. I'm going to go Harris and Engram.
That's exactly who I was picking. Yep.
Yeah, let's go Harrison Ingram there. Patrick, I was worried. I was gonna send the authorities to your house here. Make sure you're okay, because Patrick's one of those dudes that is in this chat every single week, and we're here 80 minutes in, and this is the first time we're hearing from him. So I was concerned.
Mhm.
I was concerned. All right, what's up? Half PPR, no premium. Pick 2. ETN, Hawk, Worthy, Cooper.
Hawk's in my lineup.
I'll go Hawk. And I will go Amari Cooper.
I'm going to go same. Do you know who Xavier Worthy reminds me a lot of? When Jameson Williams was having such a hard time on deep balls from Goff last year, to where, like, no matter what, like, Jameson Williams would be open, Goff would miss. And I mean, you didn't know if it was on a Jameson or Goff couldn't throw him. And now Worthy, he's open, but Mahomes just keeps missing him every single week for a long touchdown. I say give him the whole offseason to work together. And then I still really like Worthy, but I'm going Amari Cooper and Hawk, just like you.
I was going to make a smart ass comment, and more so, well, certainly in jest. And I know you're shocked that I was going to make a smart ass comment, but more so just because you love Xavier Worthy. When you were like, do you know what he reminds me of? I would say that trash can sitting there in the corner of my basement.
But that's the thing is, everyone, I guarantee this offseason is he's going to have a lot of doubters out there, right? They're going to like, oh, look at his yards per out run, whatever.
That goes back to the fact that there were doubters pre-draft.
Oh, exactly.
So it's they like, and I was one of them. So it kind of just reaffirms, but like there are positives to take away. And I think
I will say what I've seen on the field doesn't make me not want to buy into him upcoming seasons. If anything, I like what I'm seeing. I think him and Mahomes can get on the same page. And I think Rashee Rice coming back isn't going to hurt him, because it's the whole Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Jameson Williams things, to where like they're not competing for the same targets.
No, I agree overall with that. Let's see. I'm just pulling up the Trinity tool here on Xavier Worthy. D-Hop, Xavier Worthy. Let's see. That was week 6 on. Yeah, I mean, he's been okay.
Yeah, it has been good, but on the field, you're seeing kind of what you need to see, in my opinion. All right, we have 8 minutes to get through some of these last questions. Think we've already answered this one, Shunny, I'm guessing. Sincere Abdullah, we're both going sincere on this one.
How did you pronounce it?
Shunny?
I mean,
it should be
Shawnee?
Shunny. I don't know.
Shunny? I would say Shawnee, but if anybody knows the two of us and have been watching for however many years we've been doing Dynasty Theory, the way we pronounce the
way that we pronounce things isn't great.
Oh my god! Yeah, point proven. Sincere Abdullah. I'm going sincere.
Okay.
All right, Jacoby, Shakir, Mooney. Pick 2. I would go Jacoby and Shakir.
Same. Yep.
Shiny. Pick 2. Oh my god, my stomach! Did you hear my stomach? Did that pick up?
I did not hear your stomach.
Oh,
no.
It was rumbling.
It is getting lunchtime over there.
PPR pick 2. Garrett Wilson, Waddle, Keenan Allen, Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, Keenan Allen for me.
I agree with that, actually. And I say actually because we have disagreed quite a bit. Chris, one more. Full PPR, Swift, Garendo, Charbonnet. I would go Charbonnet.
Charbonnet, Garendo, then Swift.
Sean, join DD, go tier. I mean, get in the Discord in general.
Yes. You won't leave. I guarantee it.
We got the link below. It's 50% off the first month. Use code Theory. Like the War Machine, the Trinity tool, I got the cross positional dynasty rankings. We have 8 different bonus shows within the DD Fantasy Discord that are only for the Discord members. Like, come check it out.
Yeah,
Like,
during the season, we talk a lot about the Trendy tool because it's actionable advice every single week that you could take from that. The War Machine is amazing as soon as you get out of the season and you're building your rosters on how to attack positions in your leagues. So there's so many benefits to joining the Discord, the website, but I guarantee if you join the Discord, you're not going to leave. That is going to be something that you absolutely love from here on out. And the higher you go, the game day chat is still my favorite chat. Always has been, always will be. Love the game day chat.
So post week 1, really quick, this is just a plug the Trinity tool. Post week 1, based on, this is on route participation, air yards, targets per route run. So the different things that are going into that Trinity tool. There were 5 wide receivers that I put out in the Discord that I thought were going to rise in value based on usage and production. Xavier Legette, Adonai Mitchell, that one hasn't panned out.
Yep.
Cortland Sutton, Tank Dell still getting the usage, and then Calvin Ridley. 3 of those 5 guys have gained pretty decent value, and then the production, like it gives you that baseline, but then it's projecting forward and it gives you that sustainable, like Calvin Ridley, Cortland Sutton, still 2 dudes that have just been producing, especially Cortland Sutton, based on price and the cost to acquire. So Aaron Jones, Tracy. Oh,
I'm going Aaron Jones.
I'm good with Aaron Jones. Going against I'm going to go Tracy.
Okay.
I will go Tracy. 0.5 tight end premium, Sincere Calcaterra. Calc Daddy.
Yep.
Let's do the calculation.
The calculator.
Here. The calculator. He's going to be, I don't even know where I'm going.
I guarantee he's going to watch this show and he's going to be like, can you guys just call me Grant? That'd be okay.
The Calc Daddy. All right. Do we think Pacheco becomes a smash start in fantasy playoffs, or do they save him for the NFL playoffs?
Look, my take on this is the Chiefs, they have 1 loss, right? They already lost against the Bills, who have 2 losses. If they want that bye, they can't really be saving players if they think it's going to help them win that playoff bye. So I think they will play whoever is the healthiest. I just don't know if Pacheco was ever such a smash start right now. I don't mind playing him.
It's not the most favorable rest of season schedule either.
It's really not. I mean, I don't think we're going to get that Chiefs running back smash that we've seen in previous seasons.
Had someone offer me Pacheco for Kenneth Walker straight up. No. Shawnee. There we go. Another great debate of our generation. All right, need some help. Pacheco, Devontae Adams, Brian Thomas, 0.5 PPR, pick 1.
Adams.
All right, let's go Devontae Adams. Swift or McCormick?
Swift.
Sincere, Amir, Hunt?
Sincere.
Verdict on Lad. Throughout the show, we've had several Lad questions pop up. Certainly makes it easier if you have another option going in that game because he's a game time decision. Or if you have anybody from the Bengals or Cowboys that you could plug in. But we had somebody that said they have Gus on their bench that they could put it in the flex if necessary. Still, I mean, like the upside is there for Lad. It's going to be a game where they have to throw the ball. He also has Garendo.
I would just play Garendo.
Let's go Garendo in that situation. I like that. Do we think Keon Coleman plays?
Yes. Everything I've read that
really matter. Does it really matter? Now again,
hate you have for Keon Coleman is amazing.
But again, like it's so tough out there with injuries, with all the bye weeks. There are going to be situations where you probably need to play Keon Coleman if he is active. I don't know. Mitch, you think it sounds like he's going to play?
Everything that I've read sounds like he's going to give it a go. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But
here, you skipped over one real quick.
Oh, my bad.
Disley or Gesicki?
Disley. Hammer.
Cade. Hey, guys, I'm new. Well, welcome.
Welcome, dude. We're here each
Full
week.
PPR. Debo, Jordan Addison, Charbonnet, pick 2. Well, for your first question, you're going to be back because this is a smash. Jordan Addison, Zach Charbonnet.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were going to go Debo. I thought you were going to flip it.
I'm thinking in my head we might have had a Debo and Addison question earlier. I'm hoping not that I picked Debo on because I'm kind of leading Addison and Charbonnet. Don't scroll. We don't have enough time to
No. I don't. I think the Debo question was with somebody else. I think.
I hope so.
All right.
I hope so.
Well, we got 2 questions left here, going up to the last minute. Big Diaz, Leggett, JT Sanders, Sincere, need 1.75 tight end premium.
Sincere.
Okay, I'm good with that. Disley, even after his goose egg last week? Yes.
Yep.
All right, this was a fast-paced show. Like I said, we're in the Discord. We got the game day chat going on. We have all the extra Dynasty, sports betting, just overall general podcasts that are additional in the DD Discord. I know you're already subscribed to the channel. Drop a like on the video. And then Mitch, Dan, and I are going to be back Tuesday with a pre-recorded video for this week's episode of Dynasty Theory, talking about probably a 2024 kind of redraft of the rookies and how it's looking, maybe actionable thoughts and next steps moving forward. Appreciate all of you. For Mitch Sorensen, I'm John Bauer. Best of luck in week 14. Wrap up those bye weeks, get into the playoffs, and we'll catch everybody for week 15.